for trigger warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake! Triggerwarning.tv.
How dare you!
Oh, shit. Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to Trigger Warning.
Good evening.
I'm Hayden Hewitt, and I'm joined as ever by the white version of Purple Aki, Graham Booth.
How's it going? You good?
Oh, shit. I'm tired. I'm angry. I'm pissed off. I'm hateful. I'm just fucking all the bad fucking things.
Just everything and everyone. All of them. All the things and all the people. I'm actually quite bad, apart from like now. I've just perked up loads coming online. So there we go.
Oh, yeah, you've been bitching about having the COVIDs because you've been fucking sleepy.
Dude, I slept literally 18 hours. I couldn't stay awake for more than 2 hours over like a 2-day period. It was fucking weird, man.
It's because you're fucking lazy.
Just that's it. The laziness just hit. I was like,
I don't remember that being a fucking symptom of the COVID. Bit sleepy.
Well, maybe you should do a little bit more fucking research before you start coming on here.
You're not the first person to say
that.
It. You know, there's someone else told me to do my research on 9/11 today. I'll tell you what I told him.
Really?
Oh, fuck yourself with your research.
Fuck all he is. Everyone. But no, I'm losing it, man. I'm going mad. I can't be doing with this staying inside, which brings me to the most important thing and what we're going to talk about right at the end. But how are we feeling about tomorrow in the studio?
Don't know yet. I've got so much to fucking do.
I've got so
much to do.
Saturday, Sunday, you were like, yeah, that's a great idea. But then there's reality, isn't there?
There is reality. I've got to try and get a start on the last client site I've got lined up before the fucking savings run out. I've got to get Richie's site finished. I'm working on the trigger warning site. I need 1 or 2 days on the app to get that finished. Yeah. And I need to get this proposal together about the web TV idea. So I've got a load of shit to do. So I don't know. Depends how much I get done tomorrow, literally. But we've got to get in there soon because I'm going out with fucking mind.
We hit the studio, 9 o'clock, set up, get it done, get it gone.
Yeah, 9 o'clock set up. Fucking... Yeah, Fat Belly's got no sound. That's not my fault. It's not my fault.
The sound's definitely on. I know because I was casting the Twitch to my telly to see if it was going all right, a little test thing, and I left the audio on. So when that woman screamed, you will have seen me on the little postage stamp.
I did notice.
Oh, I was just went. Oh, it was full volume, man. It was good to go. And it fucking scared. So I had the opening credits to just mute as quick as I could. We're all good now, though. We're all good.
You know how I know we've got sound? Everyone would be fucking bitching we had no sound. Let's say we got Cup of Tea. Hello, mate. How you doing? Fat Belly. Gorgeous George Begonia. Good to see you, fella. Donkey Oti. Very clever. Mayor Falby Q. Alan Reader, Blind Fury. Bazzy Bazbaz. Real name's probably Kevin. Happy Dog. How you doing? Smoke Steve. Paul McCord, the Vapist. Oh, my word, lots of new people. Manzi Monster as well. How you guys in? And, of course, Nat Lynch and Paul Reed, Dana Banana, Buckscore, Tom Pars 125, Mr. Kill C1, and many, many more. If I've missed you out, I am sorry, but I get bored reading it. Not going to lie. I'll talk to you as it pops up. Oh, Charlotte as well. Hello, Charlotte.
And we got Cassius there as well. Oh, everyone.
Anya's in as well. Got to say hello to Anya. Hello, wonderful. Anya. Right, that's me done. We done.
I feel better, man. I feel happy again. Yeah, same time tomorrow.
Yeah. I think we've done good. I think that was a good show.
Cool.
This is what we do after. We tell each other that was really good, though. Yeah,
that was really good.
We were fucking great.
We did. Oh my god.
Got drone tech coming on in the next couple of days.
Have we? Fantastic.
And Sean Watson's going to be joining us again next week, providing we haven't all died, starved, gone Mad Max, gone rogue. The government haven't turned the internet off. All these things can happen.
Food riots are getting more and more common across the world. The panic's there. The UN, which I'm not a big fan of at the best of times. Even they're going, yeah, we might have some food problems coming up, guys. And yet we're just like, Yeah, another 3 weeks. What happens then? You'll find out. It's like, okay, cool.
It's time for us to make a move here. This lockdown shit, it's not doing anything now.
Well,
it's not doing anything. It's just time. Keep the vulnerable people in, let the rest of us. I mean, social distancing, I understand that's going to continue forever. And I'm fine with that because it's what I did anyway. So let's keep that up and just drop this shit so we can all go back to work and make some money. And
yeah, and you know what? I saw a lot of people have been screaming the last couple of days about Tony Blair because, you know, the second his face appears on TV, people just go, the war! But he's been saying some good shit, man. He's been saying some genuinely valid stuff.
I do not listen to genocidal maniacs. Fuck him. Fuck Tony Blair in the fucking ear.
That's the point, though. But what about if what if he is making good points, though?
I still don't have to listen. Fuck him. Someone else will tell me, like you're about to. What were his good points, Graham?
Well, no, just basically saying that they're still running government as government, and they're getting the existing departments to deal with this crisis, but the existing departments aren't fit for purpose. The whole thing needs a restructure, like a complete restructure, and it needed a restructure 6 weeks ago. You know, the main issue being like all these stories about companies with PPE that can't get it to the government because they're just being ignored, you know, and like people physically offering to volunteer. And I'm not just talking about people offering to visit old people, whatever, but actual like procurement people who are saying, you can't get PPE to these people, I will help. And none of that's going right at the moment. So Tony Blair was just basically saying, you know, you need to knock it on the head because what you're doing right now is running it as normal government, but with extra sort of things in the communication, which isn't good at the best of times. It's just completely wrong. And I think they should get him in. I do.
Do you know, it reminds me, I'm going to use a football analogy.
Go on.
Manuel Pellegrini was manager of Manchester City and Sam Allardyce was in charge of whoever, Newcastle, I don't fucking know, but they managed to beat City. And he said, yeah, it's because of your left back. Yes, your problem. We got at him. And Pellegrini said, everybody always has the answers. Didn't have the answers last year when we put 7 past you. And Blair's the same. Everyone's got the answers sat on the sideline. But when he was in government, what did he do? Killed 1 million fucking Iraqis and called it good and gave us ISIS.
I know. I'm not.
Introduced more laws than everyone. He's got nothing good to say. And procurement, I'm sorry.
He does, and it's not him. It's papers that his like whatever has been producing. You know, it's not specifically him. He's funding research and then coming up. He's the one that comes to the front of it.
He's tainted it. We can't.
I love it. I love it. Like anyone can make a good point. You're not just like, oh right, never, ever.
No,
that's it. That's it.
I don't like him. I don't like him. I'm not going to listen.
Hey, did you know? You might not know this. And it's funny. Do you remember the EU procurement scheme that we weren't in? That we were
in. That was emailed and didn't.
Yeah. And it was like they were like 50,000 ventilators, 50,000. We would have had. We are in it, you know. It never really got covered. No. The whole to do with us not being in it, we actually joined it then. But no one bothered to report it or do all, and still nothing. It's amazing, isn't it? It's made me laugh though.
Everything about this at the minute is what piece of information can we cherry pick out to beat some prick round the head with?
100% yes. Yeah.
Now here's the good thing today. Showing that they got the finger on the pulse. London Young Labour tweeted.
Oh, yes, I saw this. This is literally on my screen right now.
Today, we celebrate 150 years since the birth of revolutionary and theorist Lenin. His legacy and the legacy of the Russian Revolution still inspires millions around the world to fight for peace and socialism. They missed one thing off the end there, and genocide.
Yeah.
They forgot about that. Have you noticed how they forget about that quite a lot?
They always forget that, don't they? With the old and did you see though? The best part was Vince fucking Cable retweeting it, quote tweeting it. Have you seen that? No. Check this out. This is Vince Cable, former leader of the Liberal Democrats. You don't need to be a communist or even a socialist to recognise the positives as well as the evils of Lenin's rule. There we go. I love the way he's selling it like a wedding speech. Not least his new economic policy, which established a pragmatic market socialism, which eventually succeeded in Deng's China. It's like, what you want about, mate? The new economic policy was a fucking shambles.
Of course it was. Look at the fucking state of the place.
It created the scissor nonsense and all that, where they gave it was the time just before it turned around in like the going into the 30s, where they basically gave like farmers a little bit of freedom. They did the same thing that they did in China, but more recently. They gave farmers a little bit of freedom, but farmers just became insanely rich because the cities were under government control still. All the banks, everything, all that, all the industry was still managed by the government. Therefore, no dynamism, no growth, nothing. So all the farmers became super rich. And then the government stepped in and tried to rebalance it. And that's what created this pronging thing where prices kept fucking up. So the new economic policy, they had sense enough to give one industry a tiny bit of freedom, and it exploded. People weren't hungry anymore. But because it wasn't freedom overall, it just backfired phenomenally. And Vince fucking Cable's there going, see, good idea that.
It's just like those fucking pricks say what you like about Hitler. But no.
That's what I thought. I thought it's like going on Hitler's birthday, which is 420, by the way, which is why no one ever celebrates it. I've got a conspiracy.
Is that the reason nobody ever celebrates Hitler's birthday? Is it?
No.
With marijuana day.
Well, celebrate is the wrong word. I think it's more. It never gets talked about. It's never like a thing. And my conspiracy theory is that's why they let everyone smoke weed, so everyone's there going like that. And no one.
So now we know, though, guys, the reason Graham doesn't celebrate Hitler's birthday is because it's marijuana day.
There's a reason I don't smoke weed, Hayden.
Too busy celebrating Hitler's birthday.
It's about respect, isn't it? Expensive whiskey only on the 420. Fucking Vince Cable, though. I love it.
What end.
They call them the yellow Tories, but it's bullshit. They're just the fucking nothings. They're not there's people who are more socialist there, and there's people that are more conservative. But to just look at the Liberal Democrats and say they are one thing, they're not. They're just, and you know what? It's very, very cool. I get it. Like it is kind of possibly a good idea what they do, but it's just in practice, it's fucking useless. Fucking Lenin, piss off.
It's like many things. Communism can only work on a very, very small scale. Like a kibbutz in Israel, which I don't even think they're like that much anymore. But that was a commune, but it still relied on capitalist endeavors.
Oh yeah, constantly getting money poured into it from the outside.
Well, not just that. They had businesses. They all have businesses, cattle, milk, whatever. Fucking whatever they do. I don't know what the fuck they do on kibbutzes. Knit those little hats, whatever it is. They have to sell stuff out and they get money in. It all goes in the commune. And that's where communism can work for little communes. The minute you have a socialist government, you got a fucking problem. You've got a terrible problem.
I think the danger is that it works, socialism, communism, that attitude works really, really well on a family level. You don't charge your family for things. It gets really awkward if you do. You might ask them to chuck in for rent, but even that gets into the socialist vibe. So people take that and then they might even do it where there's a housing block where they all chip in for certain community things and stuff. And that can work really, really well. Like community garden centres, all that shit. Although the second you get to the level of a garden centre, which, there's a few in Manchester that run like that, then straight away you're relying on businesses around and pouring money and resources into it. But the problem is it feels so good on that smaller level that and I get it, and I don't disrespect it. That's why people like Richie are the way they are. You think, God, what if the fucking world could be like this? What if it could? But it never is, man. Those people are the first to fucking corrupt. The first. They only talk like that because they don't have anything. Second, they've got money in their pocket. It's like, fuck you.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Well, they just don't understand money. They just straight up don't understand it.
That's why we have luxury communists now. Which means I'm rich enough to not do much, so the rest of you can fucking suffer. That's all that means. You go and toil in the fields while I live in the lap of fucking luxury. Fuck all those people as well. What's his fucking name? Owen Jones and Bastiani.
Aaron Bastiani, yeah.
I cannot fucking tolerate that cunt.
The robots will do everything.
Fucking tolerate him.
Their big idea was robots will just automate everything, and then you work basically 1 week a year. That's their big idea. And because who's going to take the bins out and clean up and stuff? And it's like, well, there'll just be a big rotor. And it's like, okay, well, what happens when the prick doesn't turn up? Which they won't, because fuck that.
Bastiani will be there emptying the fucking bins.
Oh, well, yeah.
No, of course not. It'd be them moaning other people aren't emptying the fucking bins. Fuck all of them. I'm in a shocking mood tonight. It's terrible. I fucking hate everyone and every fucking thing.
Yeah, I get it, man. I've been struggling. I'm not exaggerating. I've had a really bad couple of days, and then the second I saw your lovely face, I cheered right up.
Greta Thunberg's back at it, posting a fucking video of an house burning down.
Oh God!
I had terrible thoughts. I'm not going to lie. It was like, is it hers? No, you can't think like that. She's just a confused. Actually, she's old enough to be told what she is now. She's gifted. She's gifted with Asperger's. It's not a fucking gift. Who on earth thinks fucking that's a gift? Why is it a 16-year-old that is an expert on the fucking climate? I'll tell you why. Because everyone on Twitter's a fucking expert on everything. So why not her as well? That Professor Brian Cox came out, didn't he? This gives us a taste of what it could be like if only we looked after the planet. What, people out of work, starving, going to food banks?
Yeah. People dying. Just dying in their homes. Like literally.
Here is exactly the world now that we're living in is the one Extinction Rebellion want to bring about. Do not travel unnecessarily.
This is it. This is exactly it.
Goods. That's all it is. That's all it fucking is.
Not just that, though. What comes with it? What comes straight away with it? The police stopping you, asking you where you're going. The police pulling your car over, asking you where you're going. The police checking your bags. We can. I will admit, and I will give it that some officers, the new rules came in quickly. They're not quite sure. I get that. Everyone fucks up, when they start a new job or whatever, and they start new procedures. But this is very much what happens. Of course it is. The second you start doing rules, and then they've got all this nonsense about so many flights a year and all that. No, fuck off.
Tell you, Brian Cox, in fact, a mate of mine used to be in a band with him. A band called Dare. They're touring again now. He plays with them. I must ask if Brian Cox was a fucking bellend back then as well.
Do you know
a very poor man, Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, he is. But the problem is, he's a phenomenal physicist and he knows what he's talking about there. But then
go fuck about with particles then.
But then I personally know a couple of physicists who are really, really good physicists. But you get the second you've got that doctor, you've got that thing there. You start convincing yourself you understand things about the rest of the world.
I know a bloke that's a really, really good builder. I wouldn't let him take my appendix out.
No, exactly.
YouTube have made a statement.
Oh yeah, what he said?
Anything that goes against WHO guidelines will be removed.
Yep.
Even opinion.
Which makes me wonder which WHO guidelines. Is it them saying that there's no human-to-human transmission? Is it them saying don't wear masks? Or them saying
whatever they are right now. Whatever they are right now, you have to second guess it because you could be wrong tomorrow. In which case you'll be fucking off ski. Maybe it's the things where they look after the Chinese a little bit.
Yeah, well, the American government's just withdrawn funding from it. So why is an American social media company supporting an international organization that the American government has just disavowed? Why would they do that? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
YouTube do what they want.
Yeah, it does, but the logic of it is insane. It's one of them, isn't it, where, again, the same with all YouTube rules, it's just their ability to pick and choose as they want. Do you know what I mean?
I was having a discussion with Richie and Mark today because we're talking about the TV thing. One of the problems is, if you listen to Richie's show, and fair fucks to him, he never says fact. In fact, he says, I believe.
Yeah, no, a lot of his listeners then go facts, but no, but
exactly. So I said part of the problem for me with Ofcom these new rules and everything is that it's going to be guys like Alex Jones and David Icke that cause this. And he said, you can't blame them. I said, well, yes, I can. Because they've got a messianic complex. And they tell you, fact, 5G causes flu-like symptoms. Fact. And they have believers. It's like a fucking religion. And they're the ones inviting this shit onto us. And when they get hit with it, they'll go, victim, see, truth. No, it's because some fucking lunatic's gone and fucking set fire to a 4G mast. Because you told him it's a fact. So everything should be presented as opinion. The problem is they're coming down even on that now. And what you got like London Live, there's another guy that's turned it to be all about himself. As much as I think he shouldn't have been banned and deplatformed at all. But straight away they've gone for another David Icke live stream, to ramp it up, and they're raising 200k for their own platform, which is a stupendous sum of money for a platform.
Yeah. Good for them, man. Fuck it.
But it's this messianic complex. It's going to fuck it up for all of us. It's going to fuck it up for all of us. This is the truth. This causes that. This does this. How the fuck do you know?
Yeah, and in fairness to Richie, I mean, I know a lot of his viewers don't hear it that way, but he's on the right side of things in terms of him saying, because he'll slag off the people that are labeling stuff as facts just as much as we are.
He had a guest on doing something similar, and he said, well, I got this information from a doctor. So Richie went, who?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure about it. So he said, you've come on here giving me what you say are facts based on you're not sure. I mean, he pulls people to bits for it. Yes, he believes some things I can't believe, but at least he does it the right way on his show because he knows what's coming down the line. I mean, we're probably all right. It's clearly just fucking opinion what we do. We don't tell anyone.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's enough for the algorithm to fuck us, and whoever's had a look at our channel has just gone, nah.
I need to complain about that again, actually. How was I harassing and bullying a fucking sex predator?
Yeah, let me know. The person who's now himself facing fucking charges. That's the thing with this WHO and the protection thing. You got your ban on the back of Yaniv, didn't you? On Twitter.
Yes.
Yes. And now Yaniv has been fucking charged with doing God knows what. There was the carrying the taser. There was attacking someone. It's just fucking insane. So it's like, so we've been punished for criticizing a criminal. It's just insane. A criminal
doing it right now.
Who's fucking had actual documents with his name on it saying he wanted a 13-year-old pool party that was topless. He was literally asking the government's permission to take children's fucking clothes off, and we're supposed to dance around and be nice to him. And here's the thing, fucking Jimmy Kimmel and all that aren't going to be. They can say whatever the fuck they want. And the way they've worded it in terms of it's malicious name calling. Malicious. It's like, well, they're not being malicious, are they? They'll call Trump every word under the fucking
YouTube
sun.
now. There's a trigger warning. I've just asked Team YouTube, and
there we go.
Let's see if they get back to me. I'll just give it a retweet as me.
Do you know what? I saw a thing before and it proper threw me. What have we got to say? Communism for bankers at the top and nasty free market capitalism for you. Fuck off and go read a fucking book, dude. Just go and read a fucking book out of economics, please. Stop repeating that same lazy fucking nonsense. Oh, well, it's socialism for the guys at the top, and then free market, you socialize the losses and all that bollocks. Think for your fucking self, you lazy fuck. Come on, you can do better than just repeating that bollocks. It's absolute fucking nonsense. Statism is not communism. Corruption is a kind of communism, but it's not the only. Communism isn't the only kind of fucking. I'm not having that, man. Just Jesus Christ, economics 101.
And say, Dana Banana.
Stand.
Just to jump back there.
Go on.
How dare you? I love the Ikester. We'll continue to love him, enjoy him, find him interesting, whatever. It's a simple fact that David, does make it all about him. And those memes he puts out are plain fucking idiocy. Or whoever puts them out for him, I should say.
He's either lying or he believes it. Either way, it's very, very worrying. You know, just the thing with that exact, like, and don't get me
we
wrong.
all know, don't we? We all know he doesn't make any of those memes or
No.
curate any of the material for his website. He just does his own shtick.
Yeah,
He's got the machine there.
Of course. Yeah. The same way that we've got young Alex doing the clips for the show, and that people get involved and help out, and unlike young Alex, David Icke has crazy amounts of donations coming in, so he can actually pay people to do social media for him. But I'm not saying, nothing of value comes from him. But, he puts his name directly to a lot of bullshit, a lot of absolute fucking nonsense. And to me, I'm just like, I'm out, But I'm not, if you like him, though, that's fine.
Yeah, we're not here to tell you not to like someone. It's just our opinion on it. That's the whole point,
You might get something out of it completely different to what I get. But and admittedly, I haven't like delved deeply into him. But the last 2 times I looked at his profile, he was sharing that video of a phone app going up as it got near a mast, which is just fake nonsense, actually fake. And if he actually knew about masts and 5G as much as he's supposed to, this big fucking, speaker of the truth, then he would know instantly that is a fake. So, I wouldn't expect you to know it's a fake necessarily, but he should know. So that's, again, either he's lying because he knows it's fake and he shares it anyway, or he's fucking stupid and he shares it and he actually thinks it's true. Either scenario is concerning for me.
He ain't stupid. He's a long way from fucking stupid. I've only met the guy.
Exactly. So I can only assume he's lying.
I don't know him personally. I know Richie does know him, but used to spend quite a lot of time with him. But there's certain things, and I don't. Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm not getting into just sitting here.
I want to tell you something good.
Please.
No, this is really, really good. Let me get, I've got the quote there that I'm going to get. So the Minister for Women and Equalities, Liz Truss, she's just done the Women and Equalities Committee. Yeah. So they did it via Zoom, which they shouldn't really be doing anymore because it's not secure enough for government work. But it was basically like a nice speech. And the thing is, I can't stand these people. This whole thing of like, how can we lift women? I'm like, okay, I don't like that stuff. I want us all to be equal. But forget about that. All that stuff. They're going to do this, and they're going to hammer on about perceived downs. But right at the end, there was 3 really good points. There was, first of all, and I'm quoting directly here. First of all, the protection of single-sex spaces, which is extremely important. So Glinner and all those other people, all those amazing people, a lot of whom were trans, who've been getting fired, who've been getting harassed, who've been getting the worst possible treatment because they're standing up for single-sex spaces and just saying...
Mermaids come out swinging.
Oh, I know, yeah.
And there was someone else, I can't remember, it was one movement, they said that this is unfair both on the transsexual people and non-binary people who feel threatened. So non-binary people should be allowed into rape crisis centers and shit as well. I think what's happening is the activists are actively hurting trans people.
Yeah.
All these people going into women's sports and fucking snapping women's orbital bones when they go into box and shit like that, they're fucking it up. And it's only a matter of time before there's a horrible backlash. And I'm just hoping it can all be calmed the fuck down before it does hurt people that, you know what? They want to live, to be perceived, to feel comfortable in their own skin, be perceived as a gender, and just be left the fuck alone to crack on with it. They don't want to fuck anyone else's life.
Yeah, man.
They don't want to oppress women. They just want to go and do their own shit without all these fucking bellends and big blokes with beards and big cocks going into rape crisis centers and women's refuges. They don't want any part of that shit.
And changing rooms as well, man. That's the thing. We get the government can't ignore any longer their own statistics on sexual assault in mixed changing rooms. Like, it's gone through the fucking roof, and it's mixed. It's because everyone's adopting mixed things, and it's that core thing. It doesn't matter how you identify. You don't put the cocks and the vaggies together. You just don't do it. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. If you're really and the core thing here that they've been arguing from the start, and the sort of trans activists are saying, like, this is about removing our rights and stuff, and it's like, no, this is about a woman feeling comfortable challenging someone in being in that space. That's what it is. It's a very, very delicate thing to have there. But you know, if there's 8 women all getting changed and someone, and I'm sorry, if you are trans and you don't pass, then they still need the ability to challenge you being in that space. They can't have the law saying I'm not allowed to do it.
When it's clearly a big hairy bloke.
Yeah.
Even more, that's the one that gets me. You know, someone that dresses a woman scurrying into a cubicle, fine. You know what I mean? Whatever. As long as no one feels uncomfortable. But it's always fucking blokes. Not even trans women, just blokes. Blokes like Yaniv with it fucking wax my balls bullshit.
Yeah, going,
it's just it's fucking foul.
I don't feel safe if I'm not allowed in. And it's like, I'm sorry, you can do what me and my daughter have to do when we go swimming. I'm a male and a female. She's a fucking child. So we go in the separate rooms, the disabled room or whatever. That's what we do. We go into a little bit together. Do you know what I mean? If there's big enough rooms, we're not, you know, I wouldn't push myself into the women's space and start to, it doesn't matter what I've told myself I am. If I've told myself that I'm her mum and I'm there as a mother, it's not fair on everyone else there for me to then be going into that space. If you're one of the tiny percentage of the country who's trans and doesn't pass, then I'm sorry, go in the fucking disableds. That's it, man. We can't be having people. But
or if you've got a beard and a cock and balls, just go in the men's.
Yeah, go in the men's. And if you don't feel comfortable,
and get changed.
You know,
why wouldn't you feel comfortable? They've all got the same shit as you. Go in there and get changed.
It annoys me, you know. It annoys me.
You're not a fucking woman.
Trannies used to be so much fucking fun, Hayden. When I was growing up, it was fun. It was great. And these fucking activists have ruined it. They've ruined it for the proper trannies. You know, I mean, there used to be a time, you know, if a chick with a dick was in the changing room, there'd be a bit of a vibe about it. You know, there'd be a bit of a thing there. I mean, it didn't happen very often, but now it's this whole political fucking statement. And again, most of the people speaking for it aren't even trans. No. They've just got a bit of a short haircut.
Glenna got pulled to bits. Because someone said something about a queer relationship, and he's like, he called Jamil, whatever a fucking name is out for it, like, a woman with a man is not a queer relationship.
Oh yeah,
and someone said, well, she might be bi. You're erasing bi people, and they all went off on this massive thing. I thought, at what point? And I hate to be Glenna's great defender, but at what point did he erase anything? If a woman is with a man in a heterosexual relationship, if one of those people is bi, it does not make it a queer relationship.
No.
Queer relationship is same sex. Sure.
The thing is, it could be in terms of the actual, like the relationship that they're having with each other, but in terms of what you present to the rest of the world,
but even though the relationship, if you've got a man and a woman to what all intents and purposes is a heterosexual relationship, it cannot be a queer relationship.
To me, queer is just this ridiculous thing that they've made up, you know, for straight.
It used to be a slang term for gay people, didn't it?
Yeah, but it's just so that straight women like Jamelia can claim to be part of that group without actually being part of that group.
This is why we need to bring heterosexual into it.
Put a H there. We're all in it together, and then we can get on with our lives. It'd be amazing.
HLBGTQ plus.
I got to say as well, though, we're only on the first point so far. The second point was just saying that there needs to be legal protections so that transgender people can live without fear of persecution and all the rest of it, which, again, to me is like, you don't need to draw a line around trans or anyone like that. Everyone should have that right. Everyone. No legal protections should be written in the sense of everyone, but fuck it, whatever. I'm glad that's there. But then the last one, very, very important, because the Gender Recognition Act is for 18s up. It currently covers that, which is partly where we've had so much of this shit with, you know, sterilizing gay children, which is essentially what it is. They're getting chemically castrated whilst their family and doctors are all going, this is beautiful, guys. You're finally the real you. And then they hit 20 and they're like, I wish I had my tits and the ability to have kids again. But so even though the GRA Act consultation wasn't looking at kids, so much fuss has been made that the government has gone on record now to say that they're going to look at it more seriously. And this is the thing that people are going mad about.
mermaids are shitting themselves. There's a woman
Good.
that helped start mermaids is a dreadful, dreadful, dreadful human being. What was it? His 16th birthday took a son of his tackle cut off in fucking Thailand. You know, happy birthday.
That's insane, man.
She
You can't
knew
do
her
that to a
son-
16-year-old.
She thought her son was gay when he was 2.5 years old. 2.5.
You can't tell, you know, dude, at 16, you want to be all sorts of fucking things, man.
At 2.5, you're not anything.
No, you're not. Of course you're fucking not.
You know, it's a load of bollocks.
My little girl, like she talks a bit about marriage and things, and but it's only in the sense of like because she's seen it in Disney films and shit. She doesn't know in the same way that like when she said heaven, I was like, well, what is heaven? And she's like, it's the place where you can eat as many cheesy beans as you want, and that's it. That's literally how she conceptualizes it. But her telling me that she knows what heaven is, that's like me then going off to church we go, you know, and just like that's it. Now you're a fucking Jehovah's Witness or whatever, just because she thinks it's somewhere where you get cheesy beans, which is odd because she doesn't even like cheesy beans that much.
I'm glad
it's the same thing there.
I'm glad you brought up religion.
Oh, really?
Skipping back, you know, like a minister raised the question, or a journalist raised the question to ministers about conspiracy theories. What are we going to do about all these conspiracy theories? Now, I've got a problem with the way this is put across because it's deemed that if something has no proof or evidence, can be perceived to be harmful, we should be silencing it. Are we going to silence religion? Because I think that covers religion, doesn't it?
Of course it does. It covers almost everything.
Never killed anybody. Religion has killed a lot of people.
You might be convinced that United's going to win the season this year. It doesn't mean you're fucking right about it. It doesn't mean you should be shut up.
Let's start with the big ones. Let's get rid of religion. If we're going to shut David Icke and the like up, let's do away with religion as well, because there's no proof of that. There's only faith, there's only belief, so what's the difference? In fact, I find conversing with a lot of online conspiracy theorists very similar to conversing with devoutly religious people.
Yeah,
and similar.
Yeah, and woke people. There's a through line there, you know.
Yeah. So I think it's time. If we're going to put our foot down on conspiracy theories, religion has got to be one of them, unless you can prove it to me. And I don't mean do that usual. Do you really believe in the Big Bang? I mean, look around you. Yeah, that's not proof. That's your interpretation of the world around you. I'm sorry, banned. Banned. Get off, come on it. Ban the shit out of it. What happened? Because religion's different. Religion's big business and kills a shit ton of people. That's what pisses me off. What's the worst thing that's happened because of David Icke? Some people believe the Queen's a lizard and a 4G mast was set on fucking fire. You can't even put that at his door.
No,
How
of
many
course
people
not.
have died because of religious intolerance?
Yeah.
Fuck them.
This is the problem, though. This is why, you know, communist states, they tend to get rid of religion. Religion dies because that sort of challenging the governmental or the societal orthodoxy is not allowed, you know. And again, this is exactly what we've had in China. They were arresting in early January conspiracy theorists. They called them conspiracy theorists who were spreading rumors about a new flu-like virus going around. And they were arrested because they are conspiracy theorists. So what if we'd have reported that and got our YouTube channel? What if we'd have sat there and said, you know what, there could be something in this?
We'd have been shit, Ken. Just Don Quixote. The Big Bang is a theory, but there's a big difference when something else comes along and science delves further into the natural world. It changes, it adapts, it improves its theories. It's constantly striving to be more correct.
Yeah, I think if you're talking about a scientific theory, that's actually a different usage of the word. You know, a theory in science is a hypothesis that's been tried to be proved wrong so many times that
it's become a theory.
That it's become a theory because they can't prove it wrong.
That's when religious people tell me about the theory of evolution. It's just a theory, man.
Yeah. But the problem with conspiracy theories, and you know, this isn't always the case. There's a lot of conspiracy theories people who do go out of the way to prove things wrong, and you know, good for them. But you know that's using a more common a common sort of parlance for the term theory. You know, the two things aren't comparable. And I totally
We can't
agree
allow
with
for
you,
good and bad, Paul. We can't allow for good and bad.
I'll tell you an interesting story, actually, man. I've had a lot of time on my hands recently, and I might have talked about this a little bit on the show, but in terms of that good and bad people thing, like when I was sort of 14, 15 and all that, I was homeless briefly. We've talked about that a little bit, and we talked about it in Meat Space, but I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of it. But there was a fella, Graham Akers, he's called. He'll be shit old now, and he used to take me, and he put me up in his place and everything, and nothing funny went on. In fact, he left me, a very chaotic boy, alone with his daughters. He absolute trust. No idea why. Actually, he shouldn't have trusted me in that respect. And I barely remember it, to be honest, because like I said, my life was so chaotic at the time. I don't have clear things of it, but one thing I do remember is him picking me up, and me spending like pretty much the whole car journey telling me I don't believe in any of this, man. And I've a lot of respect for him for the fact that right in the face of me just going, I don't believe it. And he's like, I don't care. I'm gonna help you anyway, And it kind of stayed with me a little bit that, I want to pay it forward, that thing of trying to help people even if they don't want my help, but in a non-creepy way. But the reason I'm mentioning The reason I'm mentioning it now is I tracked him down recently. He's retired now, but I tracked out, the wonders of the internet. I found postings for a certain church that he sort of guested at just before he retired. So I sent that church an email and just said, a little thing of the story. I went in a few of the details that I'm not going to go into here, but I just said, if you could just pass on my thanks, because I want him to know, like 25 years ago, what he did for me then, even though I didn't realize it at the time, had a big effect on me going forward. And yeah, I was that he replied just the other day, and I've not replied yet. I don't know what to say, but he was like, "Oh, it's so wonderful to hear from you," and I was like, "Oh, wonderful." And yeah, and even then he's like, "Oh, God be with you," or whatever it is he says, and I'm just like, okay, but it was really, really nice.
Well, it's like when genuinely good religious people say, "I'm going to pray for you." I don't fucking rant and rave at them. It's a nice thing. It means nothing to me in terms of God or anything like that. It's their way of wishing well. A lot of religious people are great. Mark Bayersky, but he's another one.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
He knows I disagree with him on many things, the power of crystals, all that sort of thing. Don't care. He just wants everyone to be happy. He's a good bloke. There's lots of good people, and it makes you want to pay it forward.
Yeah. And again, though,
with the trigger warning, guys, it fucking stops here.
I have had the same thing with like non-religious people. I think good people are just good people, but I'm not going to judge how it is that they've got to that place exactly. I'm not going to judge them for that. Keith's just said there's a lot of practicing religions in China. Yeah, there are, but there's also, if you're a Muslim, you get put in a fucking detention camp and have your organs forcibly removed, so that there isn't exactly freedom of religion, is there? There's freedom to do what they tell you. Aidan, would you mind just doing the begging for money part whilst I go and get some juice from a vape?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Right. Trigger warning relies on you guys to keep the lights on, to keep the studio space that we're still paying for, even though it's not available for us right now, the hosting, the software, all the shit that we use. Thank you to everyone who already donates so generously to us. You can go to patreon.com/triggerwarningtv if you'd like to become a patron. You can PayPal us, you can hit us up on Cash App, anything down there. Now, I know times are really fucking hard, so if you can't or just don't want to donate, that's fine as well. But it'd be really helpful if you'd subscribe, click notify, share the links, let people know what's going on, and get more people on there. If you can't even be asked doing that, just come and hang out with us as often as you can. That'd be really cool. But if you can spare a few bob, drop it in. It'll keep us going. Keep us going and keep the smile on my happy little fucking face. Graham's got his juice. There he is. No, I just put you back out by mistake. Sorry. You're muted, mate. You're muted. I can't. I'll do it. No, I can't do it. You muted yourself.
You can't do it. I didn't. I thought you could unmute.
Not if you've muted yourself.
But no, I was here. I mean, it only took me a second, but I didn't want to interrupt you whilst you were talking.
I should fucking think not. That'd be fucking rude.
I've had a couple of be quiet messages, so I've turned my headphones down in the hope that I can
moderate your voice.
Yeah, if I'm matching your voice in my ear, then hopefully maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see.
No, you're always fucking loud. It's just what you are.
I guess.
People
Well,
say about me that you're the shouty bloke, you're the louder. I'm not even close to the fucking loudest one at Trigger Warning. Not even a million miles.
Do you remember that video we didn't put out that we filmed at the studio? Fuck you! And then I got home and Soph watched it and went, don't publish that. I was like, okay, yeah.
That can't go out. That can't go out. Alan, yes, I'm fine for toilet roll, thank you. I'm well stocked.
I am as well, by the way, Alan. Thanks for asking.
No one gives a fuck about you.
No, it's fucking nobody there, is there? I just got 9 rolls. Good stuff as well. But, you know, thanks for fucking asking. Why did you even add Aiden to the end of that? You could have just asked it.
Because he's asking if I have toilet roll. He doesn't want to give the idea that he gives a fuck whether you've got any or not. He just looks at you and assumes you don't use it.
It's just fucking hell. What
can I do? They just like me more than you. What can I say?
Speaking of conspiracy theories, and here is the perfect thing of how you need to allow them, because the people who make the rules and the people who decide what gets removed are never the ones you want to be doing that. Like, you know, case in point, John O'Connell has put around this thing that there's 128 fake NHS staff accounts. Have you seen this? Posting herd mentality, support the government, saying that the government set up. There was this one called NHS Susan. Fuck you, Steve. But so right now, all the Labour, all the FBPE people are saying that the government has got all these fake NHS sock accounts, bot accounts, or whatever, that are posting for the thing based on this one obvious parody account. I mean, it's Susan was deaf NHS junior doctor. She's transitioning in 2020. She's fighting COVID on behalf of all LGBTQ and non-binary people, fighting to ban the clap for NHS workers, #FBPE. Obvious parody, obvious fake. But right now, it was fucking trending.
Do you know why we need conspiracy theorists? And I know everyone tells me the phrase was coined by the CIA to discredit people, but in truth, it's a perfectly good description. I don't care what people perceive it as. You're someone who has a theory about a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Another reason for not banning them is some of them are fucking right.
Well,
like you just said.
Yeah. But to bring in those rules right now, everyone would be gone. What about the people that are saying there's 50,000 ventilators? What, are they all banned? Are we going to ban them? Because that's the same level. And not only that, it causes problem. People get attacked on the back of those things. People get abused and harassed and humiliated. So going by your laws, you just don't like Alex Jones. You don't like David Icke. You don't like them as people because you've got not you, Aidan, obviously them, but they've got zero integrity.
I don't like them as people either. It's okay.
Yeah, but you know, like, okay, so if you're going to say that, apply your rules there. Ban the Independent because they don't fucking fact check.
Clickbait fucking wankers they are. I fucking hate the Independent. I despise them. I can't wait till they vanish right the way up their own fucking ass. You know, someone said to me the other day, well, the most successful anything you've ever done. No, they're not. No, they failed at a newspaper and the website ate all that. Fuck them.
Oh, terrible. Absolutely terrible. I can't stand it. I can't fucking stand it. Zero integrity. And it's annoying because the left and right and everything in between, they all have good points to make. They all have valid perspectives. When it gets lost in the bullshit.
Not you, fat belly. Wrong comment. It moved. Rarely right. Better odds to tell them to fuck off. If you mean conspiracy theorists, I'm not sure I get it. But the problem is when we think conspiracy theorists, we think the big guys, Jim Mars to a degree, David Icke, Alex Jones, you know, guys like that. That's who we think of. But you know, most of them aren't. I mean, a conspiracy theory can be anything. Remember, most things until they're proven are fucking conspiracy theories about governments and shit like that. It's just a fact.
What about the shite that MSNBC and CNN put on TV about Trump? You know, the amount of that they have to retract and put out like
that.
Oh, I bet he does, yeah. lovely tasty bit of confirmation bias to enjoy your cigar too. But they have to retract loads of stuff because it is straight up conspiracy theories. It's nonsense.
It's a cool conspiracy.
Go on.
Not that. Sorry, Sean, that was cool as well.
I believe the 5G conspiracies were started by the security services because the government ignored their security concerns.
That's what I like about that. Whether it's true or not, doesn't matter. It's a great thing to think about. Just as a thought exercise, it's fucking what a great chat you can have with the back of it. Because I like these sort of conspiracy theories where you go, do you know what? That makes sense. I don't know if I believe it would happen, but that makes sense. I like that. That's pretty cool.
It's a fucking good one. We're going to get kicked out of the big five, aren't we? If we carry on putting 5G up, we're going to lose access to America and Canada and Australia's intelligence because they want nothing to do with it. Why is Charlotte? I like Charlotte.
Charlotte's a proper person.
But yeah, I could see that. I mean, well, people for some reason aren't listening to common sense on 5G, so maybe this is what it'll take.
Yeah, a lot of Richie's followers, when they do stumble upon our show after he recommends it, are very disappointed in Richie for recommending us.
I love it. But here's the thing about Richie. Richie does have integrity in that respect. You know, when he says it, when he gives us a shout out, he says it's not my show. They're not going to give you the perspective I do, but it's healthy to have it, and it is. It's very, very healthy. Especially if you really know something, you need to talk to someone that's going to challenge you on that. Because you could be wrong. You could be completely wrong. We all are all the time.
Hearing, even if you don't challenge, just hearing other opinions is important. Like we did with Tom Robinson with that. I'm after that. You know, I don't bring people on to sit there and have an argument with them. We bring them on because I want to hear what they've got to say. And some things I might pull them on, but overall, it's more about let's hear different opinions. I think it's hugely fucking important. Yeah, Bill Gates is behind COVID. He did it. Let's see.
There's people saying he owns the Wuhan lab, aren't they, and all that stuff, or he part owns it and all that.
Oh, dude, I was once told that Bill Gates bought Ogrish. Ogrish, not even Lively, Ogrish. That was one of my favorites. Is it true Bill Gates has bought Ogrish? It's like, yes. Yes, it is. Yes.
100%. And you know what? I bow to my new master. Well, you know, I mean, it's just...
So do we, and so does Richie, dude.
Yeah, I love Richie for that. I can't listen to him live because, you know, he's not appropriate for my daughter. The same way that, you know, this isn't appropriate for my daughter. But you know, I love it. I love the perspective. I love the fact that I will pick things out of there. Like that guy he had on the other day going, this is definitely American, but he had no evidence for it. But it's good to know. It's good to know where people are coming from.
It doesn't hurt to hear these things. No,
what was that about ladies?
Fat Belly wants Natalie to do a ladies' night.
Oh, that'd be fun with like if
ladies
she had control of the thing, and we
absolutely.
We were only allowed in like on her blessing, and like, you know, we started getting thingy. She's like, right, where you gone? There you go, muted. That'd be an interesting experience. Might be good for Saturday.
Yeah, we could just have a night off. And sit and drink off camera.
Just sit there, carry on. Finally, I can drink without everyone watching and judging. Yeah, I was just reading that. Yeah, I was just like, what? Moonshine out of bog roll? Well, fair enough.
See, now you've found our level.
yeah. Stop the show. Stop the show. You know what?
You are so wrong. That's the weird thing.
No, you're wrong.
A lot of them don't speak or come on cam because every time they do, it's like, stand up, show us your body.
Yeah.
So they don't do that. But we were amazed at how many women actually do watch the show. It's amazing.
Because the GoFundMe, we've got the back end of it with all the hidden names, man. And way more than you would have expected. I mean, a couple of them probably wives that control the money, because Jesus Christ, you don't want to leave us lot with the bulk of that responsibility, do you? Can I send them 20 quid? Of course you can. Give us
I
a
think
pay.
obviously the demographics are predominantly male. At least that's what we're told.
Well, that's what YouTube.
There's a surprisingly large amount of women, trans people, a couple of non-binaries that I know of, and at least one intersex person checked in a couple of times. We're very diverse. For an old gammon and a Nazi, we're very diverse. Very diverse. Trigger warning. It's for everybody. It's educational. And we can drink. And we cover all the big stories of the day, providing it's about COVID, trans, and stories from our childhood. We nail the shit out of them. We tell our stories a lot.
Yeah. Well, I've told the one before. Wow, I've gone into elements of being homeless as a kid, but I've not updated about the thingy. What about the new vaccine? Which one? Which one are you talking about, mate?
The one they said they're going to start testing on Thursday.
The
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Well, again, this is another thing with the. Apparently, they were all being sent to fucking Africa, but apparently we're doing it here, aren't we? It's funny that we're stressing and worrying about all this stuff, and yet like war is just low key breaking out. You know, like, and we've barely covered it, and there's been all these little pockets of events like China slowly.
The arse dropping out of oil.
The Persian Gulf has been like a hive of activity lately, and you know, I mean, obviously Trump did that stupid tweet, but this has been going on for a couple of weeks now. It didn't start with Trump's tweet saying he'll shoot down the boats or whatever. Everyone's doing memes of boats in the air, and it's like, yeah, all right, fair enough. He could have worded that better, but this is actually a genuine, serious thing right now. Like it's
aren't they going to use an injection?
Why not, mate?
I thought they'd just used a syringe or something, wouldn't they? I didn't know they had to go up the old. Wow. Oh, I'm first in line then. That'd be great.
I know.
Can I have a doctor with thick fingers, please?
I wasn't going to hurry to get it, but if it's happening that way, oh God, it's been far too long for that.
Could I have some more, please? Could you just push it in that little bit deeper?
Double dose me, man. I'm not well.
I don't. Has there been any vaccines for any coronaviruses before?
There was. I can't think of the name of it now.
Was there a SARS one?
I don't know if SARS one came out, but that didn't mutate. It died, didn't it? I know there was an Ebola one. Which again, it's funny, isn't it, that we call Ebola because that's where it comes from. So where's the Wuhan thing? You know, where's Wuhan? You know, Wuhan flu. In fact, have you seen Grammarly? You know, the add-on thing that you can have for your browser. There was a big fuss today about that. About if you type Wuhan anything, if you type Wuhan, it says, could you maybe try the official name, COVID-19 or coronavirus? And it's like, neither. Well, coronavirus certainly isn't the official name. Certainly not. The World Health Organization might be pretending it is, but it's not. The official name is SARS-2 COVID-19. That's the official name. It's SARS-2. But they're
wow,
like,
COVID's really winning then if it's 19.2, isn't it? Wow.
But it's SARS-2. That's exactly what it is.
Gorgeous George says, okay, trigger warning, if you work to sell your show to a production, dude, no one's buying this.
No, go on, let's go down this track.
We love you for even thinking it, but no one's buying this. But apparently we should secure the services contractually even of talented Troll Central players. Will royally rule the sidebar. We'll keep that in mind if we ever get picked up by Netflix, dude.
It'd be nice to have a live troll pit, wouldn't it?
Can you imagine
the worst offenders sitting there.
Yeah, that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I've got to admit, the trigger warning crowd's a lot friendlier than the old Live League show crowd.
I know. It'd be worth it just to bust crackhead Santa in for a couple of weeks, you know. Have him sat there with his vape.
And his wine. Getting lower and lower in the chair as the evening goes on.
Wheeled back into his hotel, ready for recovering for the next night. Bless him. It'd be fun though. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think
on his commode before he's tucked into bed.
I think I'm not sure anyone would carry it though. We'd have to see.
No one's interested. I asked him, didn't I? On Twitter. I got in touch. I said, come on, Netflix.
We tried to start a bidding war and everything, but they were having none of it.
I did my best. They just fucking ignored me. Same as everyone does when I ask them to be a guest on the show. I've asked Glinner. He said, give me a link to the podcast. I sent him a link to it. Never heard back from him since.
Wait, what echo? Gorgeous George, what echo? We need to know what you're talking about there, mate.
I'm not sure. Perhaps he thinks on Twitch. I don't know. I don't know. On Twitch, I can't imagine there'd be an echo there that isn't on YouTube. It's the same signal that goes out.
Yeah, it's literally the same stream, so I'm so sorry if you are getting something like that. Blind Fury's just said this about the lab-made virus. This is one of the biggest points of misinformation through this whole thing, isn't it? Because we've got local studies in China saying that yes, it could. Obviously, it came from bats, and it's not completely man-made, but it could have escaped from there and all the rest of it. So we've got sources in China saying that could be the thing, but then you get out to Western media, and they're like, no, the World Health Organization are saying that is a conspiracy theory, and it's like, well, it's a conspiracy theory that we're getting from China. I mean, admittedly, not the Chinese government, actual just academic papers. But it's so weird how it's not even allowed to be a thing at the moment.
What was that one I heard today? Because there's claims out now that they've hacked the World Health Organization lab in Wuhan and the Bill Gates Foundation. So we've got to see what comes out of that and how much is bullshit and everything else. Yeah. But one of them was video evidence of a woman linked somehow to the laboratory, leaving tainted dry ice outside venues. It's all very strange. I can't wait to see what comes of it, if anything. I hope it's something juicy. I'd like it if it was juicy.
I did see that myself, actually, and I am waiting for it to disseminate more, because you know what these things are like, with people sharing fake links and fake nonsense, and like the lie about the NHS thing, which could be true. Maybe the government has funded 125 fake NHS things. Show me the fucking evidence then. Show me. The guy that did it, actually, he went, well, it's all just really heavy data at the moment. I don't want to show anyone until I've it's like, oh, what? Is it too hard for us to understand, is it? The entirety of the internet. None of us can get it, can we? Only you with your special little place. Fuck off.
It's all the things they've confirmed, isn't it? This type of coronavirus is found in a particular species of bat, which wasn't available at the wet market, but coincidentally was being worked on at the lab over the river.
Not even over the river, over the square. They're part of the same thing. It's like there's a block there and a block there, and there's literally.
Oh, I was looking at a map today. It looked like there's a river between them.
Oh, right, but it's right there. There's no fucking, considering how virulent it is, because I know some people are saying, and yeah, it's true, the San Diego report and everything, and then today it coming out in San Francisco that someone died in February 6th from it. It's been confirmed, so we know. Again, that it's likely to have a very, very low death rate, but that's not the issue. The issue is the virility of it. It's
virulence,
like crazy.
Not virility. Virulence.
Virulence. Yeah. Oh, virility is the thing that I do.
And Gorgeous George, you know what? I don't know. I don't know what CashApp take. They'll take a slice.
I don't. Yeah, CashApp doesn't take too much, does it? Isn't it just a general? Because doesn't CashApp make the money by you just having the money in the app?
I think so.
They don't actually, if you send us a $5 on CashApp, then I think that we just get a $5. There's no. Has anyone used that yet?
I don't think so.
We should know. We should be on loud, so we can be like, because it's the closest thing we have to a super chat right now.
Millions of fucking notifications on my phone.
I've just got.
Put a video out.
I don't look because I need to not see my messages saying just keep the noise down.
Everyone's been retweeting the message to Team YouTube. Go Team
really?
Trigger Warning.
Oh, let me see that actually. Yeah, do you know what? It's so ridiculous that the YouTube literally works that way. It's like if you can get enough.
We've not had anything from CashApp.
If you can get enough fuss on a tweet, they actually, for some reason, look at you. We're sending out auto tweets for the radio again. Oh, nice.
Yeah, every half hour though, so it's not too bad.
It's
not too bad.
I can't see the trigger warning one. Did you blue tick it?
Yeah, I've just retweeted it.
Wait. Oh, it's because it's an at, isn't it? It's not on your main. It's not on Trigger Warning's
No.
main. It's on tweets and replies, right? Yeah.
No, we don't have Venmo. Is Venmo in the UK? We can't have this many payment processors. It's mental. We got loads of the bastards. Do we even have Venmo in the UK? I'm not sure that we do.
It's not really much of a thing here, to be honest.
But if everyone would like to go and retweet that tweet, let's see what YouTube come back with. Because last time they just came, we must be, if it's taken this long to review your account, we're really looking at it. It's like, guys, that does not instill me with fucking hope.
No, just how long does it take, man? Because it's basically the same thing every night. It's not like there's some big fucking thing to find, is there? It's not like we do a load of like soft, nice shows and then
just when they said you might want to take down some of your videos, like shit, which ones?
Just exactly, though. Just tell us which ones, though.
Hopefully we'll have some news about the TV thing.
I'm gonna go though before we go. I want to say, like, my feeling, and this isn't a scientific thing. My feeling is we really need to loosen this lockdown because shit's gonna happen anyway. Like Singapore, everyone's going about Singapore and Korea, and they've just sparked right up now. They lock down really heavily and all the rest of it, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna fucking happen.
Not just that, the civil unrest, the millions of unemployed, the businesses going under. It's not sustainable. We can't put the economy before lives. It's like you're not.
No, it's one and the same thing.
You think that poverty doesn't fucking kill people? Well, the government are doing. The government have done fuck all for most people. Don't get the idea that that safety net's even remotely fucking there for the overall majority of people. When those businesses go, it isn't just a short-term pain. That's big fucking pain.
Yeah.
To the economy, pulled everything. So we have to look at some way. I mean, even if we did that thing, we keep social distance, get everyone to wear a mask. We've already discussed that. At least it would. You know, I'm tired of saying, well, the World Health Organization or, you know, scientists. It's simple scientific fact that, yes, it won't stop you catching it, but it will minimize the viral load that you're likely to get, meaning you won't get the full fat Wuhan cough.
Yeah. It's not just that. There's other psychological reasons for it. It stops you touching your face, which is a big thing to stop getting it, and it also gives people confidence to go outside. You know, if everyone's got masks on, you feel more confident. I'm so sorry about that, Alex, man.
Really sorry, man. All the best to your family, dude. I'm really sorry. Yeah, my mother-in-law gets buried on the 1st of May. 1st of May. That's 3 weeks. 3 weeks. You know, it's like my old man got ill the other day. I was shitting myself. Luckily, he's rallied round a wee bit. So, because I thought that's all I need, because I won't be able to get anyone out for him either. But I've had enough. Could we have a fucking break here now? It's getting a bit silly, this.
Yeah, I'll be perfectly honest, man. I've not even been checking because none of my family live in Manchester, so there's actually very, very little I could do. So my elder relatives, there's other cousins and such that are closer, you know. One of them's a police officer, so I'm not worried about him getting out. So I've not even been checking. I don't want to know. I don't want to go through the thing, you know. If my fucking grandma's about to die, I'd rather just find out about it, you know. I don't want to. I can't be arsed with it right now. The stress and the worry and all that.
Hang on. Jesus Christ, they change PayPal so often. I like having my activity when you log in so you can see what's going on. Now it's just funnying about.
You need the app on your phone, man, so you get a ding.
I have it linked to my personal one, and chopping and changing is a royal kindness. Thank you for that donation. That was very, very kind of you.
Thank you, Nick. Whatever, I can't see it. I've not got access, but thank you. I'm sure he'll tell me in a minute. I don't want to embarrass anyone, but yeah. Well, what I do is I have PayPal logged in on my browser, so you can do it on your phone's browser and then still have the app. That's one way you might be able to do it, but I don't know.
Well, I usually check it every few days anyway. So,
because most of the time when you buy something with PayPal on your phone, it doesn't even open the freaking app. Damn, Aphid Libertine. Damn, everyone's dropping. Let's go bowling. That's the thing, man. Let's just fucking get out. I just like it's like Russia. I remember Russia closed its borders instantly, and for a long, long time, just no cases. But it's going up.
It's going up.
They've exploded now. they're getting more new cases than us a day, which is an interesting point in terms of the UK data actually, because our new cases are going down. If you look at our new cases, the curve is going down. The total cases is still high. That's still staying because obviously 3,000-4,000 a day just still carries on adding up. Especially when you've only got 800 deaths. But the deaths did a weird thing where they went down and up again, but that could just be weekend reporting. You know, there's not as much confirmed deaths at the weekend, is there, obviously? But yeah, so I was hoping, though, because at first, new cases and deaths were both going down together, and I was like...
deaths have to continue going up for a bit. That's the way it works. You know, it takes time for people to die. As long as the new infections plateau, then we know we're on the right path. But I still have the feeling, and it is, again, just a feeling, that at the end of it, when it's all said and done, the actual mortality rate, not the reported mortality rate, the actual mortality rate between all the countries, apart from one or two rare exceptions, is going to be remarkably fucking similar. Because I'm not having it that we're only 3,000 deaths behind Spain.
Mm.
Dude, the vapists.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. We're not here.
Never, you know what I mean? It's if people have a bit extra and you don't mind dropping in, that's great. But never feel like you ever have to explain why you can't. Yeah, times are tough. Times are tough for everybody, dude.
Dude, I've turned up at the pub on a Friday night and I've had to go, can anyone get me a drink? I've not got any money to have this week, and it's fine. I just, you know, someone would buy me a pint in that respect. And in the same way that I'd buy someone else a drink if they were a bit hard up. And that's all it is in terms of donating. You know, if you could buy us around, that's it. But if you're not in a position to, you're still fucking welcome. You know, it's not.
Back in one sec. Fucking
no worries. He's bless him. He's been looking around loads, hasn't he? I don't. What are we on about? I've got nothing to talk about now. So I'm just going to go through the thing, see what people are saying. Alex is saying, "Buy me a fucking drink." Graham, Alex, I tried to, man. We got. You know, when we get the bigger donations, I try to look at it in the American sense. Like, you know, if someone only sends me a yeah. But I tried to send you money, dickhead. I asked you for your PayPal email and you refused. You out and out refused. And all I was going to do was drop you 20 quid just to say thanks for being a legend. And you were having none of it. So don't give me that publicly. Love HH as the voice of reason. Oh, Charlotte. Oh.
She knows. She knows. I'm gonna pop that one back up again. Actually, I like that one.
He's very good at sounding. Oh.
I'm a very reasonable man. You know,
really?
That's true.
Really, because you know we're after midnight, which is normally when you just start going into Mincer talk. You bring out your death lists.
There's nothing unreasonable about that. That's
I've had 17 today, Graham.
Yeah, the vapors, by the way, I did read your email. I can't at this point take on any extra projects, but I am going to reply to you, dude. I just literally fucking can't do anything else. It's weird, you know, like the money's running out, about taking on that many extra things to do just to keep busy. I've kind of fucked myself up because I'm like ridiculously busy and none of it's fucking happening at the moment. But you've got to put things in place for after. You know, you've got to. You got to have something going on, you know, to keep you going. But yeah. I've got it.
What are you doing now if you're a fucking electrician that works on building sites? So what the fuck are you doing? You know, I mean, my brother works for a massive building company and the whole managerial staff has just been furloughed or whatever the fuck they call it for weeks. You know, like they're not organizing any new builds, and they're the people who build hospitals, by the way. You know, it's insane.
I was quite impressed with Mrs. Hewitt's workplace, large corporation, European one. The people in her department sent her some flowers, which was nice, but so did the company, the big company itself. That was quite nice. And shame they can't pay her a decent fucking wage, but flowers or something.
This is fucking it. When me and him are having a Barney, he'll say something that's in agreement with me, but he says it in such a way so it sounds like he's like the voice of fucking reason, and all he's doing is saying the same thing as me, and it's like
Yeah, I don't get all high pitched about it, do I?
It does. No, he just sits there and goes, "Look, Graham, yes, we all need to take care of each other here," and he says it as if that's some counterpoint, and I'm like, I've been saying the same fucking thing.
But it sounds better when I say it.
Yeah, but you say it as if it's you're bringing something new to the fucking table. Look, right. It's important to have a police force, Graham, actually. And I'm like, what? Bastard. Well, Aphid Lip said that there. 90% of businesses over here are considered essential. The thing is, if you own the business, then it's very essential for you to make your living, and it's also essential for the people who work there to make their living. You know, it's
all businesses are essential to somebody.
Yeah, there's you know, apart from most journalists, that just I'm you know.
However, the industry's still essential to them, so they can continue feeding their families whilst being able to print a load of bollocks.
They don't have families, Aidan. They're all trust fund fucking childless cunts. They don't have families.
Wait, you know, Win Jones hasn't got kids.
No. What the worst is that Vox guy. Have you seen, you know, the guy that started the apocalypse?
I was going to say, yeah, he's just apologised, doesn't he?
His family own fucking castles and all sorts, like not millionaires, billionaires.
And that's the guy that just apologised, isn't it?
Did he?
Someone had a YouTube channel that actually kicked it off. I was apologizing, going, yeah, I didn't realise how it hurt everybody. You know, having comments taken off videos for young people. He's like, you fucking prick. And there's people going, well, at least he admits his mistake. Bit late now, isn't it? Shame he didn't think before he tried to get some swag for his channel, isn't it?
Of course it is. Well, he doesn't pay rent. He doesn't have to worry about money for the rest of his life. He's literally the heir to billions. And he's there in his paid-for New York thing, working for peanuts at Vox, which he's now been fired from for bringing so much bad attention their way. And then fucking YouTube got him in specially to present him and his new channel, Look World.
That's right. Outlaw Josie Wales. Cowboy and that.
Oh, fuck off. I love cowboys, you know. My brother, he doesn't do it now. He doesn't do it now, but he used to write little gunslinger things in birthday cards, but he never did.
Graham's had a little moment.
Yeah. I just love my little cowboy theme stuff. Well, you know, I love the Dark Tower and all that, and it's
me too.
Yeah. And then, but I love like the sort of, you know, the Sergio Leone stuff, and I just love. There's a purity to westerns that I adore. You know, there's something about them that the whole thing of change and testing your character, and there's just something.
Unforgiven's the perfect.
Oh God, yeah.
I went to watch that in the cinema with my dad, and a fight broke out in there. It was great. It was absolutely superb. It really added to the army. It was like 4D. Superb.
You know, he got that script when he was in his heyday as well, and he sat on it for like decades. He was like, "No, I'll make this down the road, man."
Oh, one of my favorite westerns ever. Just got to say.
All right. I can be funny sometimes, but I'm not fucking fuck off. Jesus Christ.
It never hurts to know your place. It's all right. It's not a bad thing. You know?
Fuck off. But no, I don't think I like Brokeback Mountain that much. It was okay. It was all right. Oh, you finally let him on. He's been talking about my hat for the entirety of this episode. Hayden, I'll explain my hat fully to you once we're off air.
You don't have to.
No,
it's all right.
I just love how much it's annoying Happy Dog. I love how much he wants to talk about it, so I'm not going
to. Someone mentioned earlier, it might have been Smoke Steve or Greg Topple. Hey, Greg, how you doing, mate? About Kim Jong-il. I've got no fucking clue what's going on with that chubby funster. He's our favourite genocidal lunatic, but we don't know anything minute. I can't imagine that the man that has a heart condition is grossly overweight and smokes 400 fags a day could be ill. You know?
You know what? Yeah, and he's like, isn't he like my age as well? And I just think, oh God, but he's definitely eating better than I do in terms of like, you know, opulence and.
He's worth. You don't get like that without some effort. Absolutely. You know.
I just got. It's interesting you say that. I'm gonna listen to it. It's gonna take me fucking ages to get through it. But Dear Reader by Michael Malice, which is all about Kim Jong Il, because I saw someone tweeting about it, and then the whole thread was people just saying fucking amazing, and he himself reads it, so I got it as the audio book. I wish I knew how to quit you. Why would I say that?
I don't know.
But no, I'm probably going to, in about a month or so, I'm probably going to be hammering on loads about that because I will have just listened my way through the unofficial biography of Kim Jong-il.
I wish I could listen to audiobooks.
I never could, because you know what? If you want to give it a try, there's loads on YouTube, and I tried it.
As soon as someone starts talking, I stop listening. Literally, if someone starts talking to me for any longer than a few seconds at a time, you remember Peanuts, the cartoon, when the teacher spoke?
Oh yeah.
Oh, mama. That's how it is. I figure if you can't explain yourself to me within 30 to 45 seconds, there's nothing I need to hear. So an audiobook's a non-starter. And
then here we go, fucking voice of reason. He's literally not got anything bigger than a 40-second attention span.
I can sit and read a book for hours. I just consider people.
I'm the same though. I'm the same, but I found that, you know, just doing the pots and doing housework. The one that got me was Douglas Murray's Madness of Crowds, because he reads it himself. So obviously he really gets into it, and it's just so well read, and it's just like him talk, you know. And it was I'd sort of have it on whilst I was doing chores, and then doing the school run, you know, just a little snap during the school run was enough. And that's what changed my mind on it. But I've not been grabbed by another one just yet. But I can't read. I can't fucking read. She sits on my head, Tayden. She's just here. The second I sit down, she's just daddy. I'm just get off. I sent you. I'll send it you later. So I recorded a video today of me, just literally my phone like that, and then because I knew it would happen, and then just like that on me.
Oh, I know. Anytime I ring you, I have to have a chat with Zelda.
I know. Yeah,
it's the rules.
I
can't argue, Happy Dog. I absolutely fucking adore that film.
It's so good. The one after that though is also very good. The Once Upon a Time in the West. It's hard to stay awake for it because the whole pace of it is very different. It is, and you know that all these fucking feminists going on about Captain fucking Marvel. They want to watch Once Upon a Time in the West because that's a female lead. That's an empowered woman. That's a woman who knows full fucking well that she's in the Wild West. She can get raped any second, but she kills it, man. She kills it. Thingy with his harmonica. Mwah. Very good.
I tell you, if you don't get moist looking at Charles Bronson in that film, there's something terribly wrong with you.
Very good. My mate's dad used to look like him. He used to freak me out when we were around.
He makes Jessica Yaniv ovulate. What a man. What a real man. You know, but no, I can watch all those films and enjoy them every time. A few dollars more, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Fistful of Dollars, you know, Once Upon a Time in the West. My Name is Nobody was another great one as well.
I don't know that one.
Terence Hill, usually more comedic Italian actor, but My Name is Nobody's really good.
I really want to make a Western. I've got a good idea for how you could sell it as well, because the problem is how do you get people in unless it's a big celebrity, you know? And the big celebrity Westerns don't work. They just don't. I know they push them out once every couple of years, but no. I'm not. They can be good. They can be shot well.
Bone Tomahawk. That was really good with Kurt Russell.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying. Yeah, that there have been some okay ones, and there's been some fun, but like even 310 to Yuma remake was okay. It wasn't terrible. I did like it.
It was perfectly serviceable.
Yeah,
perfectly serviceable.
But something that really stays with you though. I think we need that.
Oh, something wrong. The original Django was fantastic with Franco and Nero. The original Django movies were absolutely fucking awesome. Definitely worth checking out. Definitely worth it. A lot of just so many of those Italian movies were so fucking good. You know, so good. But Django was dragging his coffin behind him. Fantastic.
I love that. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Tarantino one. Did you see that yet?
Yeah.
And then I love it how when he goes to Italy, he's just like, this is ridiculous. He just lets everyone speak their own language. He's like, I can't make movies this way. And I just loved that little. I thought that was a great movie, actually. That was really, really good. I was so impressed. And the problem is, loads of people had said it was really good, so I was expected to be a bit disappointed. But I thought it was great. I absolutely adored it.
It was a good film. It was enjoyable. I like most of Tarantino stuff. Gotta be honest.
You're never gonna, the problem with Tarantino is it's if it's not Pulp Fiction, if it's not up there with Pulp Fiction, you feel a bit disappointed. But if it was anyone else would have made that same movie, you'd be like, that was amazing. But with him, you've got this weird higher standard, haven't you? Because you want your life to be changed.
I thought The Hateful Eight was really good. Kurt Russell was fucking epic in that.
Yes, really good character film. Really fucking good, actually. My Name is Nobody. Don't know that one.
That's the one. Terence Hill, Henry Fonda, and it's absolutely awesome. It's absolutely awesome. It's a great Western. It's really enjoyable. And Henry Fonda's great in everything,
Yeah, Henry Fonda was awesome.
But do check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
I need to find me a new Western. There's a few, actually. I can have a look. Oh, there we go. We've got a few of you retweeting the thing. So if you go on either mine or Hayden's Twitter, links to both are in the description for this video. You can see the retweet there. 9 of you. Oh, thanks for that.
Oh yeah, did you like the new True Grit?
I've not watched it yet.
Oh, it's very good.
So that might be one to watch.
It's very good.
Smoke Steve is right. Blazing Saddles. Oh, it's fucking. Yeah. Do you remember that? Do you remember that German guy?
Yeah.
It was Alan actually that said it. Like, there was that German guy on Twitter telling me off for mocking Nazis inappropriately. He was like, "Well, you should never use imagery like that." And I think I said, "Don't watch that new." There's that new film, isn't there, where Hitler's in it? I was like, "Oh, don't watch that. It's quite Hitlery." And then someone said, "Well, what about we should get him on Blazing Saddles or something?" And
didn't I post a Hitler picture in that thread?
I can't remember.
Or was it the OK?
It might have been okay, yeah.
They just thought, I'm just not even engaging that person.
Yeah, I think woke people just assume that Mel Brooks it does not exist. It's just a figment of their imagination. I don't think they could possibly handle the reality of Mel Brooks.
No,
there's no what are they going to do with that information? The fact that an actual black person is stood there with a white person saying nigger, and they're in the same room, and this happened, and it was okay. It was fine. Nobody died. Nobody. In fact, it was fucking hilarious. Because there's just the basic respect enough for him as an intelligent actor and a comedian to actually just deal with it and understand that it's not just hearing that word isn't going to be the end of everything, Fucking brilliant.
Before we close the movie westerns,
where are all the white women at?
I challenge any grown man. That part in The Unforgiven where he says, "Give him a good burial or I'll come back here and kill every single one of you." If the hairs on the back of your neck didn't stand up that bit, sort of Clint going back and murdering the whole town, that's what the Gunslinger movie should have been, a younger version of that.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a poet and a knight, but he was a cold fucking killer. That's what the Gunslinger should have been.
Where was that? Where was that in the Gunslinger? Like, I can see you drifting over the first book, but just focus on the second, because that had that sort of half-dead fucking badass motherfucker pulling through and getting there, and instead it was just Idris Elba going, "Look how cool I can shoot."
In the Drawing of the Three, the second one, he came through into our world with the mafia guys.
Yeah, there was so much shit there. The dude's lost his fingers. It's like fucking amazing. That's all you needed. But and again, just a little bit of that Unforgiven. I think Unforgiven was the perfect end. It's like westerns after that revisit the genre and play with it and stuff. But that was the end of westerns, wasn't it? And not in a negative sense, in a sort of like, you could proudly put the end at the end of that because it just dealt with everything so well.
Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, Richard Harris, perfect.
Gene Hackman, apparently he's a fucking nightmare to work with, but he's one that's worth it, definitely.
Yeah, that was good. I remember Sam Raimi said when he was directing him on The Quick and the Dead, he was like, right, okay, I'm going to direct Gene Hackman today. Okay, Gene, for this scene, I want you to be sat there, and I don't think I should be sat down. Well, it's important that you sat down because then you turn to them and you say, I don't think I should turn to them and he fucked him for about 3 hours. Constant fucking with him just to test his mettle.
Yeah.
I doubt he would have done that with someone like Stanley Kubrick, but he certainly tried it with a young Sam Raimi. Back in the old day, directors didn't take that sort of shit.
No. Well, Kubrick's not going to take that shit, is he? With Sam Raimi, though, he'd be like, what?
These directors just didn't take it. They just wouldn't have been it. Just wouldn't have happened.
Raimi's a whole different school. You imagine me, Gene Hackman, it's like, oh, you're the Evil Dead guy, are you? Oh, okay, cool. Which, don't get me wrong, I respect, but that's a whole different thing. I always used to think about that when I was on working on films. It took 19 people to make the Evil Dead. 19 people. Like, there's credits there for all the, but to actually physically get it done, because they had to go in there, they had to dig.
Peter Jackson, very similar.
Yeah.
And a visionary guy. No two ways about it. But all those smaller films just fucking blew me away. But Bad Taste took Peter Jackson 4 years.
Yeah, man, he used to bake that shit in his own oven. Like, he'd just sit there cooking it. Good for him, man. It all paid off, didn't it?
I wish he could back and make a small film again, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think he funds smaller stuff, and he still keeps his finger in those sorts of pies and that, doesn't he? And he keeps an eye out for people, and that's good. That's brilliant.
Turned into a film podcast. This is cool. I love this.
I really miss it. I really want to make another film, man.
Daz wrote an article for the site about clapping on a Thursday, but we're going to be looking more at bringing in hopefully some reviews, music, and film, all outside the mainstream. There's got to be trigger warning. But just to bust it out a little bit, just to let us reach out, give us other things to talk about. Might do a podcast with him on it as well. I don't know yet, not decided. But do you know what? We've been on over an hour and 40.
How does this keep happening, dude? I nearly texted you before we came on saying, "Oh, it's going to be a short one for me." I was miserable. I was sat on the couch. I'm just so down with it, man. I want my little girl to go and see her friends again. I want to be able to go to the shop without queuing for an hour to get in. And I want to.
I give off good vibes.
Yeah, no. As soon as I saw your face, I was like, "E." But the main thing is just the knowledge and the stories of people dying, people not being able to support themselves, and through no fault of their own. They want to get up and work. Like, did you see, that thing we were talking about with the crazy woman in the truck and the medical professional? That's been debunked. There is zero evidence that is actually a doctor of any kind. It was two people wearing scrubs, no ID, nothing. They refused all interviews. It's just someone just turned up in the scrubs, just like, fuck you, Trump supporter, basically. And instead of us actually discussing the fact that hundreds of thousands of people right now are freaking the fuck out because they've got no food and no money, all we're doing is talking about a couple of knobheads in the street.
Couple of carrots that want to go to the hairdressers, I've seen Cactus Jack.
I don't know it.
Yeah,
I love that one as well. There we go. Clinical depression. I'm not far off it, man. I've certainly got something, but it could be worse. Ultimately for me, I do have my issues, and everyone's own world is a sea of problems and that. But ultimately, my partner works for the NHS, so even if she did get ill, she's still going to get paid. So we are struggling, because obviously I can't get up and do shit that I usually do, but we're not about to be fucking kicked out of the place, bills are getting paid and stuff like that. But it's other people, man, that's getting me down, really getting me down. Oh, he's gone. Aiden's gone.
mic's muted. Yeah, I was just going to say, sorry.
I thought I was so open that was a bit, Hayden. And then it came in, you were like, it's muted. I was like, oh, fuck. Because
Frighteners is a good movie. He's made a lot of good movies. Meet the Feebles was fun as well. He's always does fun stuff. Apart from The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings,
David Lip, I don't know if you're talking about there that it would have changed Dunbich's intentions. If you're talking about the medical thing, no. What annoys me is almost every major media outlet on the fucking planet said protesters come face to face with medical professionals. That was the term: medical professionals. Medical professionals. Zero fact checking. Zero fucking thing. If you're going to ban Alex Jones and fucking all these other knobheads, then they need to be banned under the same standards, because those medical professionals refused interviews. In fact, and I hate to say this, the only place that reported on it even slightly decently was BuzzFeed News. They were the only ones that actually got there with it, and were sort of honest about it, which bugs me.
BuzzFeed as well.
BuzzFeed, yeah, but they do.
They're in the mincer with Tony fucking Blair.
The problem with BuzzFeed is they have a few really good reporters that work there, but they're just under that horrible umbrella. Johnny E said, "Hi lads, Richie sent me great show. My dad turns 90 in hospital tomorrow. Bloody hell, mate. He doesn't have a mobile, and the nurses have been unable to let me speak to him for the last 2 days due to problems with the cordless." That's a bit. That's in quotes, by the way. Problems with the cordless. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Because they can all manage to make fucking TikTok videos of themselves
fucking started on
sailing down the thing. Here's the thing, man. I get it. They're in a really bad, stressful situation. Do that shit, but don't put it out there for the public, please. And I'm not saying they shouldn't be banned or fired or anything like that. It's just that a lot of people have got family members who are dying alone right now. A lot of people, and they have to be alone. It's the law or the guidance or whatever, but there's no visitors allowed. So, if you're fucking sat there and your 90-year-old relative is in hospital right now, and you just turn on the news to see 8 of them going down the fucking thing, pretending to be paddling a boat whilst they've all got the masks on, which apparently none of them have, but they're all fucking wearing them. It's just bad. It's bad form, man. It's bad form, I'm going to be
fucking idiots. Gorgeous George wants us to indulge him. I'm not sure what in.
Is it time?
No. Indulge
me. Thank you, Daddy. I'm so quick to start rubbing my nipples.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate it, man. Big time. Really big time, actually. Remember when I had a coffee with you? The Jotel theory fixation. What's that?
I probably have to get a bit more of the Jotel thing. I'm fixated on it. I do remember our coffee very well. Jotel, as I'm even Googling it. Oh, gosh. No, that can't be right. I've just looked up Jotel to remind myself, and it's a plumber's. That can't be it. But, I do. We went for, of course, with Gorgeous George the day after Meat Space, or a couple of days after. I met up with him, and we spent a good few hours chewing the fat, drinking coffee, and hanging out. It was very cool. Very cool. We need more of that. I can't wait for another Meat Space.
Yes, I can't wait to book it. I mean, the scary thing is, though, it's like when, because they might loosen, right? So they're going to loosen the restrictions at some point, and then cases are going to go up. Now, what are government going to do? Are government going to be honest about the science and just, because they tried this right at the beginning, didn't they? Where they said a lot of people are going to die, and a lot of people are going to die no matter what. But every time they're honest about it, the media crucifies them. So, does it loosen and then we book something, and then by then opinion polls turn a certain way, and no one in the government has got the balls to stand up to them, which is fucking annoying, because it works. Look at Trump. You know, for all his faults and all the character assassinations, he stands there and he says what he wants. And he's going to win the next election because of it. He's got phenomenal support. His donations have been going up and up and up. And I just wish our government weren't necessarily like Donald Trump, but just told the truth.
I don't know if that'll come over the mic, but it probably won't. No, because I'm set to mic not. It was a video Anya posted earlier, and I should have got it down to plan it. It's Trump telling how many tests they've done.
Oh yeah.
And he goes on like something like, we've done 1.78 million. There's 1,780,000 million tests, lots of tests, the best tests.
Yeah.
The guy mushmouths it through everything he fucking does. Some of the stuff makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
People love it because they're going, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Those things aren't good. They aren't good, and it's ridiculous because in terms of just raw numbers, America's been phenomenal on testing, but you wouldn't believe it looking at the data. You know, like when we were still in the tens of thousands, they were getting up to 1 million.
Oh, and obviously they've done 1,078,000 million.
But actually, the reality though in America is that's the FDA approved ones. There's all the other ones that are kicking about as well that are private. Because did you see Joe Rogan got in trouble for that? Because Joe Rogan has personally tested 300 people in a week, I think it was. It's like he's like, mate, I get tested every 3 days, and people were like, how dare you? It's like, all right, calm down. Like he tests all his guests and everything before they come on, and he's been testing everyone around him. But it's all private stuff. None of it's approved by the government. It's private tests, like $300 a pop or whatever. And people have been going apeshit at him as if he's like, but he's not taking them from hospitals. He's not queuing up. None of it has got anything to do with what the government's doing. So who fucking cares? If anything, he's taking.
Just angry about fucking everything at the minute. So every time I log into social media, it's like hitting myself on the head with a fucking stick, only less pleasurable. Everyone's gone fucking mental. Yeah,
I can't do it.
That we spoke about the other night, saying we should do this once a year to remember.
I know. Honestly, the only fun I've had on Twitter in the last week was Richie having a go at me, quote tweeting me. It was hilarious because I'm like, I'm not fucking giving this up, because I knew he was live on air as well, so I didn't have his full attention, so I'm just there slagging him off.
Bigging it up here. Look at Happy Dog bigging it up. Hey, in real life though. If it's any consolation, Happy Dog, I had a better coffee with gorgeous George Begonia.
I think that the experience overall was just better, wasn't it?
Texas has the lowest testing numbers. Houston federal tests are maxed at 1,000 per day, and they shut it down till the next day. 1,000 per day per Houston. Houston's quite big, isn't it? Why don't they say the H though?
Houston. It's pronounced Houston.
Houston.
I know. I've been there.
Houston. Okay.
Houston. Yeah,
I'm down with that.
Definitely, 100%. And if you say that to everyone in Houston, they always go, "Yes, wonderful."
I think you've got to say yeehaw, haven't you, as well? Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw, quite a lot.
They preferred me on the East Coast. I didn't do as well in Texas. Oh, there was one though in Dallas. Yeah, that was a good night.
What was he called?
No, she was a proper hit though, man. I love that, like, the dirty accents and the trailer trash, man. I just love me a bit of trailer trash. I do. And they love me.
You and Tornadoes, mate. You and Tornadoes. It's time we finish this, isn't it? It's what, 1 hour 56. So we've done about an hour and 3/4. That's not bad. That's not bad for a Wednesday.
I know.
I am genuinely losing days. Like even Junior today, he was like, "Dad." I was like, "Yeah." He was, "What day is it?" I went, Wednesday, and he just sort of went, "Oh," and then carried on what he was doing. The days are meaningless to my son now. Absolutely meaningless. Right. Should we go?
Yeah, Aphid Lift's just said something, and I really want to go off on it, but we're done. We're done. Because about Texas being blue, but there's an interesting dynamic there, isn't there? It's going to be a very exciting one in November. Very exciting. That's the one I'll have my eyes on the most.
Jamie, we are sorry, but we do start around 11 o'clock usually. So, sorry you didn't make it, but you can watch it on the next one. It's all right. You can come join us. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I ain't got a fucking clue anymore.
Greg's saying he's trolling, but no, that's the thing. There's genuine demographics there, man. And all the people that are leaving California are going to Texas. There's a huge fight there, man. Cruz didn't just walk it during the election, man. That was tight, and for some reason, the Democrats' celebrity support. That's why they're putting all the monies in Texas, because it's this symbolic thing. But I suspect with the lockdown, though, this is why it'll be the most exciting one of the night. So I think we're
living there, telling you it's Houston is blue.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's the edges, though. Oh, Greg's got a mic. Well, it's too late, mate.
Oh well,
get you on again
tomorrow night and for Saturday. Come join us on Saturday. Take that sort of cock thing out your mouth that you got in your picture there and come join us. Red State.
Yeah, I think it will, but it'll be exciting. I think Ted Cruz has been playing a blinder as well.
Ted Crud.
Well, he got in with the Crowder people and all that, and I think that's going to do very, very well for him. But you can't discount those suburbs, though, man. It's important. I mean, I don't think Trump's going to lose there, but it's the other people I'm more interested in.
Tez Crud.
Tez Crud. He's a good guy.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Spend time with us. Smoke Steve, we did skip out yesterday. I just had too much to do. Too much. I'm sorry. But we will be on tomorrow night because it's Thursday night. We can't do a Thursday night, can we? Whether it's studio or we can't not do one. Then we might skip Friday. What I'll do is say, "Oh, Graham will do it tomorrow night," and he won't. And then we'll do Saturday night. But Graham might not be allowed to do Saturday night because he gets told off for being too fucking loud and screechy.
Yeah, well, if she's booked a Sunday shift, because she's been covering Sunday mornings at the moment, and it's just it's an interesting dynamic because I don't want to fuck her over. Thankfully, last week I was very loud, but then some drunk guy at 3:30 in the morning was just in the streets screaming, so she got woke up by him. And he took all the blame for last week.
Well, guys, we're back tonight, later.
Yeah, later today.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.